Whether you're looking to sell or buy real estate in New York City, pricing is incredibly important. You want to look at 4 things to figure out what the proper price is for any home that you're trying to analyze. First, you want to look at other similar homes that have traded or are available or have gone into contract that are similar to the home that you're trying to either sell or buy. Number 2, you want to look at specific data sets. You want to look at what's currently available, you want to look at what's in contract, and you want to look at what's sold within the last 6 months. Third, you want to look at price per square foot. This is the great equalizer in some ways. You're not always going to find perfect comps. This is going to allow you to figure out what the proper price per square foot is for these homes. And number 4, we'll talk about some other important considerations that you want to keep in mind when analyzing these homes and figuring out the proper price for them. So jumping into number 1, you really want to find, again, similar homes either in the building, on the block, in the neighborhood, or maybe even in the surrounding or similar neighborhoods if you're really struggling to find these comps to figure out what the right price is. You really want to try to the extent possible to compare apples to apples. If you can compare penthouses to penthouses, that's awesome. If you can compare lofts to lofts, that's awesome. Townhouses to townhouses, co-ops to co-ops. You want to avoid comparing things that aren't all that similar. You also don't really want to be comparing co-ops to condos to townhouses if you can avoid it. You might consider those things because it does go into optionality for buyers out there on the market, but you really want to be careful in doing that. There's limited utility to looking at that data. Jumping into number 2, you want to look at some very specific data sets, and you want to really understand the value of these data sets. Number 1 is what's currently available, because it lets you know as a seller what's the competition out there, what else is out there that buyers could be buying instead of yours. If you want to price it at a certain level and some other property has been on the market that's really similar to yours and it's been on the market for months and it hasn't traded, it's probably a pretty good indicator that you want to be priced below that number. Similarly, if jumping into in contract, if we are looking at things that went into contract extremely quickly within a week or two at a certain price level, that's a really good indicator that that price was correct and that this property either traded at or above that asking price. And finally, what sold within the last 6 months. This is in some ways the best data because it gives you the exact number at which these properties traded. The reason why I list it last and why you still want to be careful in how you use it, while it's extremely valuable, don't get me wrong, and most times we'll actually start with this because it's such important data, but the reason why I do list it last is because it's really old data. It's probably going to be lagging by at least 4 to 6 months, and if you are expanding your data set, it might be lagging by as much as a year. That could be a completely different market than the one that we're in right now. The market could be hotter or colder since then, and that's why it's really important to not only use this data, which is what a lot of people really focus on. You don't only want to use this data, you also want to use what went into contract recently, what is on the market currently. Those 3 things are all exceptionally important. Jumping into the next category, number 3, price per square foot, how to calculate it and how to use it. Price per square foot is in many ways the great equalizer. If you're doing comps for a 3-bedroom that is 1,200 square feet, but you can only find 3 bedrooms that are smaller or larger than that, you do the price per square foot calculation, and that gives you another data point. You still look at the price that these other homes traded at, but that price per square foot is also going to be an incredibly valuable data point. How do we calculate that? We calculate that by simply what is the price that the home traded at? Divide that by the square footage. If it has outdoor square footage, you want to use half of that in this calculation. So if we're looking at a 1,000 square foot home interior that has 500 square feet exterior, you want to divide the exterior in half, and now you have 1,250 square feet to divide the price by. This gets you the price per square foot. Gets a little bit more complicated if the outdoor square footage is above 500 square feet, but we'll leave that for another time. And fourth, other considerations that you wanna keep in mind when trying to do the comps to figure out the price for a home. You wanna look at what's the condition of the home that you're looking at versus the comps that you're finding on the market. Obviously, something that's an exceptional condition is significantly more valuable than something that's in poor condition that you have to put a lot of time and money into to get into exceptional condition. You want to look at exposure and also view. If something is facing south, that's awesome, but is it facing south to a brick wall, or is it facing south to an open, beautiful, bright view? That's going to be more valuable, obviously, than the brick wall view. If you're in a building, does it have a doorman? Does it have an elevator? Does it have a gym? Does it have a roof deck? What are the amenities in this building, and how does that compare to the other comps that you're looking at? I hope you found all this information to be helpful. I know it was a lot. Let me know if you have any questions, and no matter what, have a great day. Bye.